The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation. Hello, this is Kenny Underwood coming to you for 1 Minute Sermon. That's a great quote by Henry David Thoreau from his book Walden, and actually the original title of the book was Life in the Woods. And in this book he details his experiences living in a cabin for over 2 years by himself next to Walden Pond on some land owned by his friend Ralph Waldo Emerson. He talks about a void in mankind's lives, and that we attempt to fill this void with things like money and possession, accolades. We think that these things are going to make us happy, but when they don't, we just try to get more of them. In Psalm 37 it says, "Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." He will give you the desires of your heart. You know, the older I get, the more it becomes clear to me that there is a hole in our heart. Every one of us has one. And we can't fill that hole and be satisfied with anything earthly. You know, I've known people over the years that seemingly have it all. People of great wealth, very affluent people, great power, great positions. But as I've gotten to know them over the years, I've come to find out that they are no different than us. They have the same insecurities and the same desires that we all have. They're living lives of quiet desperation. The most content people I've ever known are people that have a relationship with Christ. They're not spared the difficulties of the world. They experience the same difficulties that everybody else does, but they seem to do it with more grace and more confidence. They know that these difficulties are temporary and that there's a new day coming. In John 4 it says, "But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life." I love this passage from Psalm 131. It says, "O Lord, my heart is not lifted up. My eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. But I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a weaned child with its mother. Like a weaned child is my soul within me." Don't spend your lives living lives of quiet desperation. Turn to Christ, and He'll bring you a peace that only He can provide. He'll fill that hole in your heart. There's your 1 Minute Sermon. God bless.